Hi, guys. Good evening, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I'll be discussing what I thought of the big news that dropped earlier today that director and actress Elizabeth Banks, who recently gave us the Charlie's Angels reboot. I haven't personally seen it yet. And then also earlier this year, she was in the sci-fi horror film Brightburn, has signed on to star and direct in another Universal monster movie for Universal, and this one is going to be called The Invisible Woman, which is pretty exciting and intriguing. And I guess she came in and she pitched an idea to Universal about what it's going to be about or what it's going to be like. They loved it, or they at least really liked it, and I guess the script is coming from female screenwriter Erin Cressida. I'm sorry if I butchered this name. Erin Cressida Wilson. She's known for like one of her bigger films is The Girl on the Train. And then I think she's done other movies like Chloe and several others. But she obviously has experiences writing psychological thrillers that may borderline on horror. And I'm hoping that this means that this movie will indeed be rooted in horror. Because I was doing some research, and it turns out back in the 40s there was a monster film called The Invisible Woman, but it was actually more of a parody comedy. It featured John Barrymore, the uncle of Drew Barrymore, and it was like a more of a slapstick comedy type of deal where it was some model, I think, like some female model, or like some girl who works in a mall accidentally somehow becomes invisible, and it becomes like a whole comedy full of shenanigans or something like that. I don't think that's going to be the case here. This sounds like they're really going to root it in horror, because according to some of the sources who know what the project is going to be about, they are describing it as Thelma and Louise meets American Psycho, which is very promising, because Thelma and Louise is obviously about two very well developed female characters played by two awesome actresses, Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon. And then American Psycho is scary as hell, played with a very memorable performance by the awesome Christian Bale. It is a scary psychological thriller horror movie, and if these are the two movies that they're comparing in describing this film, that's very exciting. And I like Elizabeth Banks, and she's no stranger to horror. Earlier this year, she did the movie Brightburn, which was like a movie basically answered the question, what if Superman was evil? I'll leave it at that in case you haven't seen it. I actually saw that movie and did a film review on it. You can find it here on my channel. And then she was in the horror comedy from many years ago, written by not as well known James Gunn, called Slither, which was an awesome creature feature. She played the leading lady in that as well. So I'm pretty excited to see what she has to offer. So not only will she be starring in this film, but she'll be directing it as well. Now, what's exactly not clear is to whether or not she'll play the title character, the Invisible Woman, or if she'll just have like a co-starring role, opposite of the actress who will end up playing the Invisible Woman. That's just what's unclear. But what is clear is that she is set to star and direct in this movie. And they've also made it very clear that there will absolutely be no connection or a connective tissue between this film and the upcoming horror movie, The Invisible Man, which is due out early next year, February 28th. This is the one from Blumhouse Productions and from Lee Winnell, starring Elizabeth Moss. You might have seen the trailer that dropped a few weeks ago. It looks great, really scary, really exciting. But this Invisible Woman movie will have no connections to that Invisible Man movie in any way whatsoever. I think this is Universal stressing how they're not doing a shared cinematic universe, which is probably for the best. And it's probably not going to connect to the other monster films that are in development, such as Dexter Fletcher's Renfield movie, a movie about Dracula's servant Renfield. This is the director who gave us Rocket Man not too long ago. And of course, Paul Feig, who recently gave us Last Christmas, Ghostbusters and Spy and A Simple Favor, is developing another Universal monster movie that's at the time simply titled Dark Army. He's compared it to having the tone and vibe of Bride of Frankenstein, which is exciting because that is legit a great Universal monster movie and a great movie overall. So it sounds like a lot of these movies are definitely going to be based in horror. If it's not definitely confirmed, the chances are pretty good that The Invisible Woman will very much be a psychological thriller slash horror, and hopefully more leaning towards the horror. So this is very exciting, very unexpected. You know, you don't really think about a character like the Invisible Woman when you think of the Universal monsters, but because it is a Universal monster film from back in the day, back in the 40s, even though it was like sort of a spin-off or sequel to the original Invisible Man with Claude Rains, you know, it falls under that banner of those characters. So, you know, if this is the direction they want to go with more obscure characters like Renfield and the Invisible Woman, then hey, let's let them have at it, because it could be very fun and very exciting. Well, I hope you guys are just as excited about this as I am. You know, I was pretty bummed yesterday when they announced that Godzilla vs. Kong was delayed until November 20th of next year instead of March 13th. But, you know, this definitely helps lift my spirits. So, what do you guys think of this news and announcement? Are you excited? Are you intrigued? Do you not give a damn? I want to hear your thoughts and opinions and your feedback down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. No release date or other information regarding the Invisible Woman has been made available yet, but as I learn more, I will be sure to let you guys know more as well. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel for that very reason. Have a great rest of your night, you guys, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.